Hello, I'm here with Senior Coach Marty Mattner to give a review on the season that was 2025.
There was plenty of different things about the season. I think there was definitely a shift in mindset from the playing group in terms of a little bit of resilience and a little bit of disappointment and drive, I think, from last season. I think that was definitely just a different mindset from the playing group, which I think flowed over to everyone involved in the inner sanctum of the club as well. I think also too that the way we played as well changed, and so then there was a bit about selection as well changed, and but that's probably the key one. I think was the mindset of the playing group. It's a combo of all those things. I think the game plan, after sitting down after last season and reviewing the games we played and lost, especially the finals, I think we worked out that our defence hasn't really changed for 4 or 5 years in terms of the way we defend, and the opposition scoring against us hadn't really changed for 5 years. So the next part of that was, well, what does need to change? And that was probably our offence. And it was something that we sat down and we reviewed and we worked out a plan. And a credit to everyone involved, the coaches, the playing group, to execute it how we did so quickly, I think is a real credit to everyone involved. And the results, I guess, speak for themselves, how quickly we were able to do it. And then consistently as well. I think that's probably the other part. And then I guess the pleasing part of that was to execute how we had all year in 2 finals, and to kick, I think we nearly kicked 100 points in both games, one in one and nearly 100 in the other. So it was very pleasing to still do that, and then also to still have our defensive, I guess, abilities as well to restrict teams as well, which I think was pretty pleasing in the grand final to keep Glenelg to 2 goals at half time.
I'm really happy with the way the guys developed this year. Certainly had some good juniors coming through and some guys who've been playing some really good footy in the reserves, which is what is all about to develop those guys. So to see league debuts from Alex Holt and then go on to be a Premiership player, he had a super year. Lucas Slade, who played some very good league footy. Willa Taylor, Kobe McEntee, all make some debuts during the year, was fantastic to see. And on top of that, other guys that were developing in the reserves as well. And even, younger local guys that have been around for a few years, but Zach Becker, Charlie Fry, I could continue to name quite a number of guys. But fantastic to see their development in our program, and with a lot of hard work from the coaches. So and the player themselves to put in the work. So well done to them. Certainly, to win a premiership, you need a bit of luck, and you do need depth within the list. We certainly had our fair share of injuries this year, which silver lining is to provide league opportunities for guys. So to have that depth and guys ready to go, to have put in the work and have some experience, and they might have played a couple of years of reserves, to come up and step into the league team and no one ever looked out of place, is a testament to the depth with the list that we've got. I think, as we've said probably a number of times, it takes a village, and it does take a lot of hard work and a lot of people to win premierships. And look, we've always wanted to bring in and retain good people on our support staff, and we've certainly got that. There's certainly people that are prepared to put in the work, and certainly some really experienced people as well. Coaching staff, guys that have been here a couple of years, some new coaches as well, but put in hours and hours of work, not only on the field and at trainings, but outside of that as well. The medical staff, really experienced team there, and the high performance sports science staff as well. We've got a great group there, and to be able to all work really well together, was really important in the Premiership this year. Again, the work that everyone puts in is huge and amazing. Probably some moments I think that stick out during the year. Certainly, early days with our end of season review from last year and planning for next year down at Scotty Titterman's beach house at Carrickalinga was probably some important conversations down there in terms of how we wanted to look this year, and you know, Marty's spoken quite a bit on in terms of the defence, but the offence in terms of how we needed to change our scoring methods, and brilliant to see us be able to execute that in the end, and was, you know, played a huge role in us winning it in the end there. But also, you know, pre-season camps, there's extra weekend sessions that we'll have, that coaches, medical staff, high performance staff are all there, putting in the hours. There's the later sessions in the year where we went up to Summit Oval to get experience on a bigger deck to put us in good stead for Adelaide Oval. All those extra times that, you know, the players are all there putting in, but the staff, you know, they take a lot of time out of their lives to commit to it, and you know, it's been great to see that pay off for them.
It was a bit of everything, I think. There was definitely some nerves. I mean, I had a few nerves as well. It's a big day, but I think the group have been pretty calm all year in terms of, I guess, and focused and driven. And I felt like that probably later in the day, or in the morning, sorry, before the game, I felt like there was a real steely resolve amongst the group and a real drive to finish the season off on a positive note. But yeah, it was. I think there's always those nerves, even before a game at Adelaide Oval. Just probably a bit more heightened on grand final day. Both. I think there was some players that really enjoyed the break, especially the first one after the end of the season. But I also think that there are some challenges with keeping the group motivated. What I think the big thing was from the group was that the reserves kept winning and went through to the grand final as well, because I think that kept the whole squad together and keep training together, which I think was really important for the club and the group as well. But yeah, I think it also did help us because we were able to then focus on some areas that we needed to improve on in those 2 buys we had, and really focus on that part of the game that we, you know, our offence, and keep working on that as we've done all year, keep improving. And yeah, I think the 2 buys actually was a handy thing to have later in the year. Yeah, it was good. Still one of my favourite moments is the crowd and the roar after the national anthem before the game. Still one of my favourite moments. Gives you a bit of a tingle when you're out in the ground and you hear that roar after that silence. It's a pretty good feeling. So yeah, and I mean, throughout the day, I think you could hear the Sturt crowd, and it was a great atmosphere at the ground. And even after the game, when you're doing your lap of honour, there was there's quite a lot of Sturt people still there and hanging around, which is pleasing. And Yakaba after was always a joy back there as well after you win, and it was great to see so many people back there as well. But yeah, it's great from our supporters and members to turn out on grand final day. You could tell the support was heavily weighted in the Sturt. So yeah, I guess at the moment we're just going through our review or exit meetings with the playing group this week. So we'll get those players all done, and then they can move on to a little break. And then I guess from my point of view and Chris's point of view, there's probably a little bit of recruiting and some list management stuff going on in that space. And then there's also planning for next year. So probably not much changes or stops right now for the next couple of weeks. We'll probably take some time off. Well, I'll take some time off probably November sort of time, because still a bit to go over the next couple of weeks in terms of planning and list management and recruiting.
For us, our recruiting strategy this year will be more so around retention and trying to retain the list, which I think at this stage, hopefully most guys will be going around again. Obviously, Henry Carey's retired and been a super player for the club for a long time. So we do want to provide opportunities again for our local players and guys coming up through the juniors and guys that are ready to go in the reserves as well. So, you know, recruiting, I suppose, as part of that as well is to looking to welcome back guys that might be coming off AFL lists that have been Sturt players as well, assuming if they don't get any other AFL opportunities, first and foremost, you know, that's what we wish for them, but if not, we'd love to provide those players, welcome them back to Sturt as well. So yeah, it's something we'll certainly be working on over the coming weeks. So yeah, that's it for a review for the season and from the grand final. So congratulations, three-time Premiership coach for you, Marty Mattner. So that's just a brilliant effort, and thank you to everyone, all the supporters and members for your support this year. It's been huge, week in, week out, to see the amazing crowds here at Thomas Farms Oval, but not only here, but also away games as well, where we come out in numbers to support. So we really appreciate that. Enjoy the off season, and we'll be back before you know it. So looking ahead to season 2026, and we'll see you then.